today I want to build with y'all on just being in tune with yourself, right? Let me just say this. The first law of nature is self-awareness. That means you have to be aware that you physically exist in a physical form. Now, we as Homo sapiens, human beings in a physical form, right? We reside on the planet Earth. The planet Earth is the third planet, which is 93 million miles away from the sun. You feel me, dig me? So we reside on this third planet, and that makes us three-dimensional creatures. You understand me? So that's what that does. It makes us three-dimensional creatures. So our avatar, meaning our physical composition, which is the host to our spirit, our avatar is a secondary component. You feel what I'm saying? It's like the avatar is utilized so that the spirit could express oneself. You feel me? And communicate with other individuals, whether it be utilizing a verbal correspondence, utilizing any vernacular to express oneself. You understand what I'm saying to you? So that's what that's about. But while we here in the physical form, right? I just wanted to give y'all this notification or make this noticeable to y'all, right? Before you came here from your celestial plane, now your celestial plane is spiritual, mental and spiritual bodies. You feel me? Those are mental and spiritual entities. So that's like being that you don't have a physical composition yet, pardon me, because you're still in your spiritual essence of yourself. You understand what I'm saying to you? So being that you're still in your spiritual essence of yourself, you didn't get a physical composition yet, right? Now let's talk about that for a minute. A celestial plane is spiritual, mental and spiritual, states of being, right? So you being your celestial plane and you living in a celestial plane as far as your spiritual body existing in the spiritual realm, which is called the astral plane, right? So, you're in a spiritual realm, so you don't have a physical composition, right? Now, before you come to this earth or any other planet, any other dimension, universe, portals, whatever, before you jump through any portal and get into another dimension, you're going to be assigned a soul contract. Now, soul contract is a contractual agreement that each and every one of us made while we are in the mental form, celestial form, right? That means mental and spiritual entities. So while we in the celestial form, we made a soul contract with spiritual beings. You get what I'm saying? Mental and spiritual beings, higher plane shit, like higher vibrations than this physical shit, right? Because remember, your physical composition is a secondary component, and that has an alpha and that has an omega. An alpha means a beginning, and an omega means an ending. So everything that was birthed into physical existence will someday expire because it has an ending. It's a natural order of how things operate, dealing with the law of correspondence and other laws that exist, right? So, getting back to what I was saying, right? 85% of the population is dumb, deaf, and blind because they're not consciously aware of things that's going on right in their face. It's like we all look at the same picture, but you don't see what I see. So you the man who look but don't see. You feel me? And you don't want to be in that position where you the man who look but don't see. Cause that's just not a good space because Who like to be dumb, deaf, and blind? Don't you want to be consciously aware of everything that's going on around you? Let me give you an example utilizing a different terminology. Okay, check it. You fucking exist physically, right? You exist physically, and you chilling with all your friends, and everybody got a joke going on, but you not catching it. But the joke is on your ass. Well, that's the state that 85% of the population is living in. And you know who's playing the joke on them? The elite. People in a prominent position of power are playing you like little mutleys, because I'll give you an example. Just look at the dollar bill, right? The dollar bill has all kind of symbols on it that people don't even pay attention to. Look, people, almost everybody in the world got a dollar in their pocket, or America. You got an American dollar in your pocket unless you brokely broke. And if you brokely broke, you ain't no less of a man. We all been broke. But yo, check it. If you got an American dollar in your pocket, you know that the dollar got the eagle on it, right? And you know that the eagle is holding 13 berries, symbolizing peace. But you know that the the eagle is also holding 13 arrows, symbolizing war. You feel me? Now, these are all significant factors of why these symbols are on the dollar bill. You got the other side from the eagle. I think the eagle's on the right side. And then on the left side, you got the pyramid with the eye of Horus. Now, in Egyptology, there was the Holy Trinity, which the Christians copied that shit. Plagiarism. What they did was they came up with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, or the Holy Ghost, or whatever, right? But that shit comes from Amen-Ra, who is Osiris, and then Isis, and then Horus. And Amen-Ra is the sun god. That's Osiris. He's the god of the sun, right? Now, he had a woman named Isis who he was rolling with and shit. You know, I'm not sure if she was his wife, but she definitely was his baby mother. She might have been his wife. But he was rolling with Isis and shit, right? And Amen-Ra is the god of the sun. Now, what does the sun do? The sun lights up the earth, and it gives us light in the daytime, right? But Amen-Ra, who is Osiris, had a wife named Isis, and his brother was jealous of Osiris and Isis' relationship. So you know how suckers do sucker shit, like the Lion King and shit. His brother did him filthy, and that was the little boy's uncle, well, the little lion's uncle, pardon me, the little lion's uncle and shit, right? And he just did his nephew fucked up, and he did his dad fucked up. And that's how people be moving and shit, you feel me? And this is realistic situation. People move fucked up sometimes, so you gotta endure that shit, or you gotta fade it, you feel me? If you don't want to endure it, then you definitely gotta fade it. But check it, getting back to what I was saying about Osiris, Isis. Osiris had a brother named Seth. Now, Seth is the god of darkness. He controls night. Now, if you exist at night, like if you the type of animal or person that be up in the nighttime all the time and you rest in the day, then you moving like a nocturnal creature, because a nocturnal creature operates within the night. You feel me? Now look, the advantage of the daylight is because the sun shines light on everything. You know how people, they got a terminology that says everything that's in the darkness will come to the light. that's when Osiris is gonna come, or Amun-Ra, the sun god. He's gonna come shine light on all the bullshit that dudes be trying to keep in the dark. I'm just doing it metaphorically, but like, if somebody's moving like a sucker, and if you in tune with the universe, even if they deceiving you and outwitting you and playing you out for that first initial period of time, the universe is gonna stop the sucker shit from happening to you, because the universe is gonna shine light on what the person think they have in the dark. Like, they pulling this shit over your eyes. You know how when your eyes are closed, they say you pull something over their eyes. When your eyes are closed, you got a fucking veil on your face, and you can't see through the veil. You feel me? So you're not seeing the trick that, or the deception that somebody is trying to implement to you. You feel what I'm saying? And so anyway, the nigga Seth, he was a grimy motherfucker because he was jealous of his brother. Now let me explain something to y'all. Within every human, unless you kill them, there exist 4 devils: envy, lust, jealousy, and hate, right? So you gotta kill that sucker shit within yourself. Look, if your man's getting money, he got a fine ass girl, beautiful children, he running around spending crazy guap, he living his best life, don't be jealous or envious of the nigga. Just work diligently to achieve your shit. You feel me? Or you could be a hater ass pussy nigga, and I don't fuck with nobody like that. But you know what I mean? It's nothing wrong to ask your man for a little assistance if you really need it. But you know, men do men shit, so you want to really just do you. You feel me? You don't want a nigga saying, I'll put you on or whatever. Alright, so getting back to what I was saying, right? Osiris had Isis, but his brother was a sucker, Seth. So he was envying his fucking brother, and he was like, damn, I want Isis. So he ended up it-aping Isis, because you can't say that word on YouTube, but it starts with an R and it ends with an E, and they got a P and an A in there, A and a P in it, right? So we ain't gonna go there, but he ended up aping Isis. So he took that punani or whatever, right? Foul ass nigga. So him and Osiris got into some drama over this shit, and he ended up killing Osiris and shit, who's Amun-Ra, the sun god. He killed his brother like Cain killed Abel, right? So when Seth killed his brother, Isis was having a baby, but even though she got aped, it wasn't Seth's baby, it was Amun-Ra baby, Osiris. So it was his baby in Isis' stomach. So the baby ended up coming out, and his name was Horus. The baby name was Horus, right? And that's where we get the word hours and shit like that. But excuse me. But his name was Horus. So when the baby came out, Isis got away from Seth. He was holding a hostage for like some sucker shit, but she ended up getting away from him. And then when she got away from him, she told her son, yo, the nigga ate me, he did some sucker shit, he killed your dad and all that. So Horus made a vow, I'm gonna moke my uncle out as soon as I see him. I'm gonna essence him and shit, like return him to the physical essence of life, you know what I mean? So he ended up catching up with Seth. Him and Seth had a sword fight, because it was like in Muhammad's times, you know, them old times and shit. So everybody had swords, no bangers and shit, right? So they ended up having a sword fight, and Horus ended up killing his uncle Seth. Seth is the god of the night, right? So he ended up killing Seth, but Seth have control over the nocturnal creatures and all that shit, right? And Osiris is the god of the day, so he run the sun. That's Amun-Ra, the sun god, right? So when Osiris' son Horus rolled up on his uncle Seth, and they had the sword fight, the little duel or whatever, Seth stabbed him in his eye and cut his eye out, and that's the eye over the dollar bill. You feel me? But Horus ended up returning Seth all the way to the essence of life. Like, he moked him and shit all the way. Even though he got his eye put out, he moked his uncle. So he moked his uncle and shit, and that's just a little part of the story of Isis, of Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Horus, which is Egyptology. But in Christianity, they stole that shit from the Egyptians, and they used plagiarism to write the 66 books of the King James Version of the Bible, or some of that shit anyway. And that shit was written by William Shakespeare, whose AKA is William Tyndale. But yo, I don't want to hold y'all. I just wanted to give y'all a little significance about things that people look but don't see. You feel me? Tap into this channel, give this video a thumbs up, man, because it's so much symbolism I could tell y'all about. And it's like you just be walking up and down the street. Especially I'm from New York City, so I'm in the hood, you know what I mean? And I'm in Manhattan, I'm in everywhere, you feel me? So motherfucking, you be walking, you see little goblins on the building. You know how you're a little kid, and like if you walking in Brooklyn, Manhattan, you might see a brownstone and they might have a lion on the stoop. And then some of them shits might have dragons and little goblins. And if you go through 78th Street, 86th Street, 69th, all that shit, you'll start seeing little gargoyles on the building and all that shit. And people don't ask themselves why. All this shit is symbolism. And it's like, look, if you're a fucking graffiti writer, right? And you write in graffiti, and you know how to tag shit real good. I remember me and my brother Just used to go tag shit up. We young though, you feel me? And he used to write Rack 1, and I used to write Shima 2. And that's the type of shit we was into. But there was this dude named Blade and shit. And I know all y'all graffiti niggas know about that. But there was this dude named Blade and a couple of other niggas, but they know how to write graffiti so fucking good that I wasn't knowing what the fuck he wrote. I'm like, what the fuck do this say? But my brother Justice was able to read it because he was into that graffiti shit harder than me. You feel me? And with that being said, the fact that I'm emphasizing is like, I don't want to give too much up, but a gang member might do this shit and throw 3 fingers. That's in for 187. Now another gang member gonna know that shit, and I'm not in no gang, but another gang member gonna realize that that shit is like you trying to get them moped up. They whistle like a birdie and drop 3 fingers and you get your shit clapped. You feel me? And you get rocked all the way. But if you not privy to that information and this symbolism, then you're in a terrible position. You get what I'm saying? And that's how that shit be going, man. Like motherfuckers be doing shit and they don't know what they getting into. Motherfuckers be joining all kind of organizations and don't know the in and out of the organizations. Or like I said, 85% of the population is dumb, deaf, and blind. So they walk around just totally unaware of shit that's going on. But yo, I'm not gonna hold y'all. My name is Lashim the God. Like I said, hit that fucking notification bell to make sure that you be notified when I drop more content, because I give you knowledge and information that if utilized correctly, it'll elevate your life and take you to another plateau. If you want to stay on the same level and you don't want to elevate, because constant elevation causes expansion. So if you don't want to expand and you don't want to elevate, don't even tap into my channel. You go get ahead with that shit. Because I'm fucking with people who want to deal with progress on a mental, physical, emotional, social, economic, and financial plane and all other facets of life. So if you want to blow up and you want to just elevate your life and do things that's constructive for you as well as all the other people around you, then tap into my channel. And like, I ain't begging for no subscribers and none of that shit, but real recognize real, so you know what it is. And like I said, my name is Lashim the God. My channel name is KEEPLO. I do videos, I get real thought-provoking videos on street legends so you can see what they did and don't get caught up in the mechanics and dynamics of that shit, because it's only gonna lead to long-term prison incarceration, death and destruction, sorrow for your fucking family, and all that other shit. and that's going to be detrimental to your physical existence, not beneficial or constructional. You feel me? So the choice is yours. And I also drop knowledge utilizing different genres and subject matters, like I did just now about Egyptology, symbols on the dollar bill, symbols within the construction of buildings and things of that nature, especially in America, because we live in a modern society. And pardon me, the Freemasons, well, not the Freemasons, but the Masons, brick Masons, they construct all the buildings. And this is where Freemasonry like kind of initiated, because all the dudes who built the buildings started putting gargoyles and shit like that on the buildings, and only they mans was recognizing what they was doing. The people who live in the buildings is like, oh, this is a nice little gargoyle, but you don't know what that shit symbolizes. You feel me? But anyway, tap into the channel, cause I gotta make moves. You either making moves or faking moves. So tap in with the channel KEEPLO. You already know. Last in the God. Peace. Yo, if you enjoyed this content I just dropped, like, subscribe, and share, because that helps me out with the computer algorithm and get me more lit on YouTube. Real people do real things. So y'all make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up. You heard me? And if you're not subscribed, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop more fire content, and tap into the channel KEEPLO. Yo, big salute from Lashim to God to everybody tapped in with the channel KEEPLO. Yo, I really appreciate y'all. Once again, big salute to y'all. We locked in. Let's make progress.